Houston, we have a problem. Now, it is currently Friday evening, and earlier on I had some devastating news. My media manager, Michael Kelly, came to pay me a visit and had reminded me that this needs to be getting taped up and line worked and painted a week Monday. It's Friday evening. This means that I have from Monday till Friday to, I ain't going to sleep, I ain't going home at all. I've still got to finish the custom fiberglass work. I've still got to graft in all the add-ons to the bumpers because obviously I'm making them custom. I'm not just grafting them on, I'm actually, cutting them up and doing cool stuff to them. I've got to make a set of side skirts out of what I've got. I've still got to block sand the entire car. I've still got to do any filler work that might need to be done. I have already found a couple of little car park dinks that are in there that need to be dealt with. I've still got to actually finish making the front bumper. I still have to prep up all the door shuts. I still have to take off all the trims. I still have to take out all the rubbers. I still ideally want to take the doors off to do the shuts first, but it's looking like I'm going to have to do them afterwards. I still have to do all of this prep. I've got to take the sunroof out, the wing mirrors off, the whole lot, and everything on this car is electrical. Everything has cables, everything has connectors, everything's a pain in the arse. And not only that, I then have to epoxy high build the car. And then I have to block sand the car again. And then I have to base it up, flake it, bury it in lacquer, bake the shit out of it, and then let it settle for 2 days, right? Because I like to let my flake settle because it has so much lacquer put on it. It's always wise to really bake it off for a long time and then let it settle. Any drop back can happen because you don't want that after you've painted it. And then I have to block sand it again. And then I have to DA it and get it ready for custom paint. All of that needs to be done before Monday, next Monday, not Monday coming, the Monday after. So I have 5 days to do all of that. That is literally ridiculous, actually ridiculous. I don't even understand how it's gonna be possible for me to get that done, but it has to be done. Otherwise, everything's gonna go to poop. So, yeah, I've got basically this evening, everyone's gone home now, it's close time. So I'm gonna have to stay, even though I've got to get up at the crack of dawn in the morning to do more work. I'm gonna have to stay here tonight and just try and get what I can done and just try and bring myself forward a little bit. If I hadn't spent so long making that bloody F15 style front bumper, I would have been all right. But no, Steve wanted to get all excited and do silly things. When will I learn? When will I learn? Here I have an absolute gem of a find. Now these are the side skirt trim clips for the 300C and you cannot find them anywhere. There was one set for sale on the internet. No, I'm not sharing. Once I've got them on, I will have a couple left over. So if you actually do have a 300C and you need some trim clips for your side skirts, then do bell me because I'll have some and you can just have them. I'm not going to make you pay for them, but just these little square things. Because I broke all of them but one, taking the side skirts off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this, it's a bit dusty over here, but I'm going to get these side skirts on and put a couple of these clips in and then just make sure everything is kosher. And then I'm going to get the tires, just order some Tiger Seal when that turns up, because the bottom is bonded, I believe. Now, I'm pretty sure that the wraparound on the side skirts around there was actually supposed to go around the bottom of the seam, but they don't. So that's that idea out of the question. And yeah, so I'm actually just going to bond them on to the skirt. Now, I have already done the rust repairs, treated them and painted them, so no more rust is going to be a problem down there. All I need to worry about is getting these skirts on. Just going to scuff up this quickly with a little bit of 180 so that I don't have any problems trying to sand down into that edge later on. So I'm going to get that rubbed down just to cover that bridge, you know. So if I paint, when I'm sanding it later on, if I've got a struggle to get into that corner once the skirts are on. So if I just scuff that up now, and then when I do come to paint it later on down the line with heat contraction and stuff, I'm not going to have any pull away because it will be bonded the whole way through. So I'm going to get that sanded now, and then I'll put the side skirts on. I'll put a couple of clips in it just to mock it up. And because obviously I've got to take it back off, haven't I, to put the tiger seal on. And then, man, I'm out of breath. And then, yeah, it's all go, it's all go. Okay, so problem number 2. Oh, mate, you couldn't believe it. This, I paid £900 for these kits that I've cut up, right, and done whatever I've done to, but I've only chopped them up so excessively because nothing fucking fit. The side skirts, so I've just gone to mock them up. If I put them on, I cannot shut the doors. They're about 5 mil too high. This is absolutely ridiculous. I've never had such a bad fiberglass kit ever. It's actually ridiculous. I don't even know what to do at this point. At this point, I just want the world to swallow me up. I can't lie. I'm so stressed right now. Nothing fits. Like everything that I made from scratch personally is beautiful, it's perfect, it fits, right? And I've got the add-on kit because I plan to do a few bits to it, you know, make it my own, chop it up, whatever. But it turned up and it was absolutely awful. Like the skirts are well too short, and now obviously I've just discovered that they sit so high that you can't even use the doors because they're about 5 mil too high. I do not have the time to deal with this. The rear bumper was an inch away, both sides. It was an inch out, both sides. That is a big gap to be wrong. The front, the grille, oh, I mean, I didn't use the grille anyway, I'm cutting it up, but that was pissed, that was wonky. And then the splitter was, there was about ½ inch gap either side, and the console was wrong. Like it bent the bumper out of shape. And I don't have the time to be dealing with this. I really don't. This, like I said, I've got 5 days. I've got 5 days to get this done. I've had a coffee, I've had a fag, and I've calmed down a little bit. I think I may have come up with a solution, and it's something that I really don't want to do. I think I may have to use self drillers, like some self tappers, and bolt it to the body, which is, I really didn't want to do it. Like I love the look of the flush finish with the clips and stuff like that, but I don't have any more options. Like I have no time. So I think if I can get that to sit in the right position, unless I could panel bond it, but I don't want to rely purely on panel bond for a side skirt. You know, if the worst does happen and it catches something, it's game over. So I think I'm going to have to put a couple of self tappers, self drillers in somewhere inconspicuous and just do what I can. Right, first things first, I don't know why that is in such a different place to the rest of the skirt, so that needs to be cut off. Absolutely ridiculous. So I'll cut this out here. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get this 2-inch tape and get this in the right position and make some holes. I honestly can't believe how bad these side skirts are. Actually embarrassing to the company. I think that's going to work if I do it like that. So what I need to do first is get the tiger seal out. I can't believe I'm going to put self-drillers in this. But I need to get the tiger seal out, get that all laced at the bottom so that it bonds at the bottom. And then I can put the old self-tappers in the top. Right, just going to check that the front goes in and there's no issues there. Take a little bit of pressure off of that. Something's not right at the front either. Something is restricting that. Something's restricting that from going in. That ain't right at all. What's happening here then? Something else is incorrect. I think the universe maybe sent me these side skirts to test me. Oh, right. All right. So, I don't know if I can get this angle correct for you, but can you see the problem with that? Look at the difference between the top and the bottom. Completely different angle. It's all right. It's all right. It's all gonna be all right. So I've just got a little bit of degreaser, a little bit of Spectral's degreaser. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give that one last clean up with the degreaser on the skirts and on the kit, because I don't want any silicons, any bad stuff, anything like that that might prevent good adhesion. So I want that as clean as possible. Don't want no dust on it, no silicons on it, no nothing on it, because otherwise it ain't gonna stick proper. So we'll let that go off for a minute. I'm just gonna give it another little wipe down just to help dry off, and then any residue that's left over. Because when you wipe something with degreaser, it doesn't necessarily get rid of it. It can just smear it around, so it's always good. Like when you're prepping a car and that, degrease it and then you buff it off afterwards, sort of job. A bit like you're using quick detailer or something, to be fair. So just that sort of thing. So that's all dried already. I'm gonna get some gloves because I don't want to get tiger seal all over me. All right, let's get this tiger seal going. So it's always better to have more than less. So we'll put a very good helping of this on there. If you haven't got enough, it won't stick and it'll come off and ruin the paint job. If there's too much, you can always wipe it off afterwards. So it ain't the end of the world if you're smashing it on there, because at the end of the day, you can just cut it off and there's less chance of you having any panel failures later on. What I find strange is that the finish on this kit that I've bought is actually phenomenal. I'm really impressed with the finish. Like it is genuinely a really good kit. Usually it's full of air bubbles and it's, you know, it's like, it's just awful. But this one, like the finish is actually amazing. The only downside is that everything is wrong. Like all the panels are wrong, nothing fits, nothing lines up, everything's gappy, everything's, you know. The finish, amazing. The shape, absolutely diabolical. I'm actually tempted. I'm tempted to run a little bead along the top as well. I know I'm using self-tappers, but if anything was to fail later on, or if it does end up bonding really well, I could possibly still like fake the trim clips potentially. I will. I'm going to run just a little baby seal along the top. I don't know if it's going to make any difference, to be fair, but if I put it on, it's there, isn't it? Better than changing my mind later on and going, oh, I wish I'd have put some panel bond on that. Alright, hopefully I can get this on without having to open the doors. It would be very helpful. Make some sort of contraption here. Don't want that to be too tight, because then I'll put it in the wrong place. Oh, my tiger seal's leaking. Fucking hell. Where's my screw? Self-driller there between my legs, right. Oh, mate, the fitment is so bad. That's quite a juicy gap there. But I'm just gonna have to mimic it at the front and go with it, I think. It is what it is, isn't it? At this point, I can't really be too fussy. I've just got to get it done. Where I'm going to put this bad boy? Maybe. Can't really go there. What's that drilling into there? I feel like that's going to go through something important. I don't fucking know. One way to find out, I suppose. Okay, that really pulled it in and down. Got to run with it. We've got to run with it. I can always, thing is, by the time I've put all the layers of flake and, you know, all the custom paint and stuff and the fucking quadrillion, billion layers of fucking lacquer on it, it probably is going to fill that gap up quite well. So I don't need to stress. I can always skim it if needs be. I just need to get this second one done. Right, one thing I need to check is if this door will still shut. Yes, it will. Right, I think that's about right. Great. So, I've got to cut off the same bits as I did on that bit. So I'm going to need my mask again. What a bloody palaver. I've never known nothing like it. But the side skirts, albeit very interestingly put on and put together, they are on the car. It's not too awful. I mean, it is awful. I've used self-drillers. But is it the end of the world? Oh, I don't know. I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it. That panel bond's gonna have to do a lot of work when I take them bits of timber out in the morning. Because there was a lot of pressure there being pinned up, especially that front bit there. So, only time will tell, I suppose, won't it? Still got to do the other side yet. Fucking hell. I mean, at least the sun's still out. It might be late, but the sun's still out, so it's not too gloomy, is it? It's just a shame the sun ain't in here. I could be out there sunbathing. Shit me. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you with the other side. It's going to be just as eventful, and I'm probably just going to end up swearing the whole time. So let's play it safe and call it there. Thank you all for watching. Sorry, I've been in a bad mood for this one. But, I mean, it started well. Started with the best intentions. But it's, yeah, it's worked out how it's worked out, hasn't it? So, thanks for watching. I will be posting every day on the Chrysler 300C Hot Wheels build. So, please subscribe, like, share, comment, show your support, show your love.
this is a mammoth undertaking for me. I really am trying to prove a point here and take on, you know, take on the world with my custom cars and my custom paint. So I really appreciate support, and yeah, I love you, Olivia. Toodle pip. See you in a bit. Much love.